Hi! First of all, we wanted to thank you for becoming one of our students and for the trust you gave us. As this course is designed to get into some degree of detail with Invisalign, we first need to talk about the basics. That is, what Invisalign is and how it works. It's gonna be a 5 minutes lesson that will clarify all the subsequent material you are going to watch. Align Technology is a brand with which I have no whatsoever bond, agreement, or interest that provides dentists around the world with the Invisalign technique and products, which basically allows you to get your patient's teeth straight with clear aligners. Not anybody can do it, you need to be a certified doctor to become an Invisalign provider. If you are a certified Invisalign orthodontist, Align Technology provides you with 3 treatment options for your patients. Option number 1, the comprehensive option, which is great to treat complex malocclusions. This option allows you to get any number of aligners you need for your patients for 5 years from the beginning of the treatment. So you can get all the aligners you may need to get a good final result. Option number 2, the light option, which gives you the possibility of treating moderate malocclusions with a maximum of 14 aligners. Please note that when I talk about any number of aligners, I always intend the number of aligners you get for both arches. So the Invisalign Lite option gives you the chance to get a maximum of 14 aligners for the upper arch and 14 aligners for the lower arch. But there's something really interesting going on with the Lite option, and that is, if you are not satisfied with the treatment outcome or after those 14 aligners, or if the patient's teeth still need some degree of alignment, you are able to request another set of 14 additional aligners. So if you're not happy with the result of the first set of aligners, you can request a second one. And it isn't over yet. If your patient or you are still not satisfied, even after 2 sets of 14 aligners, you can request a third set of 14 aligners. This whole thing means that you can get a total of 14 plus 14 plus 14 aligners with the light option for a total of 42 aligners. Well, now I can guarantee you can treat a very broad spectrum of malocclusions with 42 aligners, even malocclusion that Align Technology suggests you to treat with the comprehensive option, which is of course more expensive. Now the third option is the express option, which gives you the chance to align mild frontal misalignments with just 7 aligners plus just 1 set of additional 7 aligners. I would suggest you to treat only very mild malocclusions with that option, which is of course the less expensive. Now, if you are a general practitioner, Invisalign has set up a very specific treatment option for you, which is the Invisalign Go option. It allows general practitioners to treat moderate malocclusions with up to 20 aligners for both arches and 1 set of additional aligners. Please note that the Invisalign Go option is not available if you are an orthodontist with a regular Invisalign certification. Also, if you are a general practitioner and you have an Invisalign Go certification, you cannot access the comprehensive, light, and express options. And just to let you know, Align Technology also provides the Invisalign First option dedicated to patients in mixed dentition and the Invisalign Teen option for adolescents and teens. These treatments options are available only if you are a certified Invisalign orthodontist and not if you are a general practitioner working with Invisalign Go. Now, these two options have very interesting features like the possibility to plan for permanent teeth eruption in the aligners, mandibular advancement, and compliance indicators. It is important for you to know that to treat patients with these options, you're going to have to stick to the exact same rules you are going to learn in this course, even if we are not going to cover this option in a specific way here. But please keep in mind that what you're gonna learn here is valid for every single Invisalign product, or other clear aligners too, as the biomechanics underneath it is the same. Now let's move forward. To treat a patient with Invisalign, you'll need to take a set of 8 pictures, as shown, and 2 PVOS impressions. Please make sure to get good pictures and impressions, as they really make the difference. Make sure to get the lateral picture in the right maximum intercuspation position, as those pictures will help the technician to stabilize the digital models in the right intercuspation position. If you take the lateral pictures with the patient not in maximum intercuspation position, but maybe let's say with the lower jaw slightly moved to the right, the technicians at Invisalign might set up the digital model intercuspation occlusion like that. And thus you may get all the treatment planning and eventually the aligners with the wrong initial and thus final intercuspation position. Very bad. Also, the impressions need to be precise. Make sure to get the distal side of the second molars and to avoid distortion in the impressions. If the errors in the impressions are acceptable, the technicians will fix them for you. But if they are too big, you will be asked to send new impressions, which is a terrible waste of time. If you are willing to avoid all those impressions problems and have a discreet will to spend money, you can buy the optical scanner iTero, which allows you not to use traditional impression material. But we'll talk about it another time. Also, make sure to make the patient bite a piece of articulation paper before taking occlusal photographs. This way, you'll have the occlusal contacts of the patients in the picture, and this will greatly help the technicians get the digital models in the right intercuspation position when they set up their initial reciprocal position. Now, very important, the frontal smile photograph is a mine of information. So make sure to take it well, with the patient smiling as naturally as he or she can do. Keep in mind that the ultimate goal of your patient is the smile and also smile symmetry. While planning the treatment, you should ideally try to align the upper midline with the face midline. Actually, and this is the real catch, it is more important that you make the upper midline coincide with the face midline than to make the upper and lower midline coincide between them. This is because people can perceive upper midline deviations from the face midline with a lot of accuracy. On the contrary, people usually do not note if upper and lower midline are coincident. And this is of course because the lower midline doesn't display much when smiling. So remember, you can align the upper and lower midline and center them with the face midline. But if you have to choose, give the priority to the alignment of the upper teeth midline with the face midline. After sending all the documentation to Invisalign, that is the picture you took and all the impressions, the detailed procedure is available on the doctor site, your patient's models will be digitalized and you will be able to access the CleanCheck software online. The CleanCheck software is an online platform where you can see and modify your patient's treatment using different tools. For example, adding or removing attachments in an intuitive way. There are two extremely important things you have to write down on a note and stick them onto your fridge so you can recall them every morning. First, the CleanCheck software makes you visualize all the different force systems that will be applied on the teeth. It does not, I repeat, it does not make a prediction of how teeth will move. Second, Invisalign is a medical prescription. It is not a treatment. The first treatment plan proposed by the technician is almost always inaccurate and needs to be modified. You will need to ask the technician, through the comment tab on the right, all the modifications you think will be needed to correctly move your patient's teeth in a predictable way. After you have made all the modifications you need, you can approve the treatment and the production of the aligners will start. If at the end of the treatment you think your patients need additional aligners because the result is not perfect, which is perfectly okay, you can submit new pictures and impressions of the patients and ask for additional aligners. Alright then, we're almost done with this first section, which has not lasted 5 minutes as I have initially predicted, but whatever. Now I want you to ask a question. Can you recall when you studied statistics back at the university? Well, that's the moment you've been studying it for. As you may have noticed in your practice, there are a lot of easy malocclusions around. Small misalignments, social 6 treatments, and class 1 malocclusions, I mean. In fact, the bulk of our treatments are made of these fairly easy patients. Then there are fewer class 2 and class 3 patients, and even fewer periodontally compromised complex pre-implant prosthetic whatever other treatments. Now keep calm, I'm here to say you that we can easily manage a good 60% of our patients without any need for frenzy and complex biomechanics. And within this mini course, you're about to learn the basic rules to get their teeth straight in no time. Literally, no time. And it's gonna be surprising for you how easy it is when doing your first case. Alright, now that we've got all that cleared up, let's dive into the juice of the thing.